This will be the elevator area, and the elevator is going to be all constructed from wire without the clear in it and everything.
This top portion is a piece of 1/2-inch PVC water pipe capped off on the top using a round circle cut from styrene sheet. The same diameter of the 1/2-inch pipe was used to cut a piece for the bottom plate down here from styrene sheet, and another smaller diameter circle was cut for the inside here, which would be the actual elevator that goes up and down. And the control console at the back is made up of a piece of square, starting with a piece of square stock styrene. I tapered it down towards the bottom. Then using a larger diameter styrene tube, I cut a small section, then split it in half and glued that to the back side of that post, which gives you that round console piece. Then once that was all painted silver, I simply added some little dots for buttons and whatnot. Once I had the top and bottom pieces ready, I have 4 sections here of aluminum tube. Then using the same 20 gauge floral wire as was used for the loops beside the door and the window frame, and using my piece of PVC pipe, the 1/2-inch pipe, I simply wrapped the wire around that pipe to give me the rungs for the elevator, and leaving an opening in the center here. Now, and these were simply attached to the 4 aluminum rod posts using super glue, and there are 7 of those.
Now this area here is the entrance door to where the pod is. What I've done here is this is a John and Lightning die-cast piece, and I've just sawed it in half, keeping the part that I need, and that will fit inside here.
Now the whole die-cast piece doesn't fit where it should fit. The nice thing about using the die-cast toy is there was no painting or anything involved. I just simply cut it and glued it in place.
The only area remaining to be done is where the tubes are along the wall here.
Again, using the same wall sections, squares, as we did for the other wall, and there are 9 of these sections here. All of the openings, the square openings, were covered using 0.05 thickness of clear styrene sheet, which was frosted. Now for the outer sections, to the left and the right, I used some half-round styrene strip and added 4 small pieces to each frame, each square, and in between those, top, bottom, and in the middle, I cut a small, drilled a small hole and added some brass rivets. The clear tubes in between the stasis tubes, that is all that is from a sprue, clear sprue, and I cut to the length I needed and added a aluminum tube cap on the top and as well as on the bottom. And for the tubes, I started with a section of aluminum tube, small thin aluminum tube, then I added, there's two different sizes of beads. Now these beads I found at Walmart in the craft section. The stasis tubes are tubes that you buy your knives in. Any type of blade that you can think of. And these are made by Excel, which are available in almost every hobby shop. I cut them to the proper length, and actually the top of the stasis tube is the bottom of the tube, and that was painted silver. And down either side I added some thin styrene strip. The base of the tube is the base in the floor from the Polar Lights kit, except I removed one of the round sections, which would be the inner section, and cut a hole in the floor there, and filled that with micro crystal clear, then painted it white. Next is the astrogator, which sits in the middle of the floor. What I've done here is I saved the round top section from the kit piece and added a new base, which is cut from 1/2-inch PVC water pipe, and made a pattern for new ribs. And I've also added 8 ribs here, with the 8th being having a control panel and a control arm on it. You can see here on this side the small control panel with the arm sticking out and the handle. The arm is a small piece of aluminum rod which goes through the plate forming the control panel and directly into the round base. The end for the handle, the black piece, is just a small little piece of styrene rod. The small piece that's in the center there is from an earring, which had sort of a spiral rod with a small bearing on the top. And the bubble was vacuum formed using a pattern. And that's about the end of it. This is the finished kit with the scratch-built interior of the Polar Lights Jupiter 2.